Can you see my microphone? No, you can't. That's good. I've got a bit of a frog in my throat at the moment. Hopefully that won't give us too many issues. So, hello everybody, I'm El Bristow, this is Ellitopia Gaming. Welcome back to KSP Live. Last week we had actually a successful mission at last to Serran. We actually managed to get 2 unmanned probes to land on Serran. This week we are hopefully going to make good use of the maneuver nodes that we unlocked by upgrading the mission control building, was it? Yes, that gave us flight planning and maximum active contracts of 7. We are going to be using that particular feature, the maneuver nodes, to help us on a mission to Aptur, the other planet that we, or planetoid, kind of semi-planet. Hey there, LMP Dragon. Ribbit? What's Ribbit? Yes, the semi-planetoid that orbits very close to the same orbit as Kerbin in this modified solar system that we're using. We have tried to land on it a couple of times. We have failed. Bashing my microphone. We have failed quite a number of times even to get close to Aptur. So hopefully this week we will have more success. We have 2 contracts, one for a flyby of Aptur and one for the normal exploring Aptur, landing on, transmitting scientific data, etc, etc. So hopefully we can complete both of those at the same time. We are going to head into the vehicle assembly building and we're going to be having a look at... Oh, I had a frog in my throat. Yes, okay, fair enough. We are going to be having a look at the probe that we sent last time, which was the Magnolia 3. Now, this got to Serran, so we know for sure that this is capable of getting to Aptur. I am wondering if it's capable of getting to and returning from Aptur, which would give us significantly more science. I believe Aptur doesn't have an atmosphere, so the parachutes will be pretty useless, but they will be useful for returning home again. So, the big question is... do we need to modify the Magnolia 3 at all? Or could we just send it as is? I mean, obviously we'll have to change the name of it, but should we actually send this as a manned craft was kind of what I was thinking. Now that would involve taking life support supplies, which would make this somewhat heavier, and of course the pod would make this somewhat heavier. What's with the Jultim? Jultim. I don't know what Jultim is, I'm afraid. You'll have to let me know what that is. What's with the Jultim? Jultim. Nope. Sorry, please feel free to elaborate. So yes, Magnolia 3. It'll be Magnolia 4. I don't think manned is going to be the way to go. In fact, I don't think we can even do an EVA because we never unlocked the upgraded astronaut complex. So actually, it's probably not even worth us taking a manned craft. What's with the jolt sound? Oh, that's my auto ducking software. It's ducking the sounds of Kerbal Space Program. It's ducking the sounds of the game as I speak, so that you can hear me. It allows me to have the game volume up louder for the times when I'm not speaking. We could perhaps increase the volume when I'm not speaking. Sorry, I mean increase the volume when I am speaking slightly. And maybe even when I'm not speaking, up it slightly. There we go. Hopefully that'll be slightly better, slightly less jolty. Is that better? Hopefully it is. So yes, let's rename this the Magnolia 4. I think we're going to stick with this craft. this design, this exact design, and we'll take this to Aptur with us. So we'll save that. I think all the staging and everything was okay, although we'll probably want that up there on this occasion because we'll be ditching that before we need those parachutes. In fact, we'll probably be ditching it as the last thing. So yes, Manolia 4, save that, and out to the launch pad. Okay. Oh, nighttime launch. Do we want a nighttime launch? Doesn't really make any difference, I guess. I think we've got plenty of battery power. And these will be charging our batteries when we launch. So yeah, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So, almost straight away, on goes the SAS. Throttle goes to 100%. And we are ready for a launch. Here we go. We are away. Ooh, that ducking is really not ducking enough. Hold on, let me duck it down a bit more. There we go. Hopefully you can still hear me over the sound of the engines now. There we go. So we are going to go, as usual, we'll go up to about 1,500 meters, something like that, and then we will turn. (1,100), 1,200, 3, 4. So we're going to start our turn roughly about now. 100 meters a second, not too bad for us to start our turn. A little bit slower than I would have liked, but we'll take our turn very gently. Loud and clear. Good, good. Come on, bit less gently than that, I think. We have to be careful with this craft because if we get too far away from prograde, it does seem to like to flip us over. The winglets that we've got on the back are not quite as strong as we thought, and we experienced that last week. We managed to flip this thing. First set of tanks are getting ready to be staged off. We're at about 7.5, so it'll probably go at about 8,000 meters. There they go, 8.5 then. Away nice and cleanly, lovely. Still speeding up, good. At 10,000 meters, our angle is slightly more vertical than I would have liked, but that's not the end of the world. Just means we'll have a nice high orbit when we get to where we're going. Let's just have a quick look at the map. See where our Apo's getting to. Only 18,000, okay. Let's stay kind of up here if we can then. I'll try and stay as prograde as possible. The problem being our prograde marker is slowly dropping as we go. 25. Yeah, see that prograde is dropping quickly. We're going to be firing horizontal soon, and I don't really like that at this low altitude. .800 meters a second, and we're at 29 kilometers. Would have been nice to have been a bit higher at this point, I think. $39, $40, $41. So we're getting there. Let's have this pointing back to mission control for the moment. Or shall we have it pointing to Geosync 1, I think. Oh, and activate it. It's probably a good idea. There we go. How's our Apo doing? 45. Yeah, not as efficient a burn as we've had before. Yeah, let's see, we're hitting the atmosphere now. Not really what I wanted. Come on, let's get ourselves out of the atmosphere. Oh, they've gone. Didn't realise that. Let's get rid of them then. At least that means we're a bit lighter now. Atmosphere's got thin enough now. 68, 69, 70. So our Apo is outside the atmosphere now. So we're going to be okay. Let's get that to about 85. I'll tell you what, no, we'll go a bit higher than that. We'll go to like 90 or 100, as we have been in previous launches. There we go. There's 100,000. That'll drop just slightly, so it'll probably end up at about 98 because we're still in the atmosphere. Still got plenty of fuel, so that's good. I wonder if there's any science that we haven't sent back yet. No. I don't want to do mystery goo. Probe core, probe report. Oh, hey, look at that. Let's send that back. There we go. Bit of science. Bit of free science, really. Barometer. Upper atmosphere. No, we've already taken that one. Okay. I think that's about all we've got, really, that we could do at this point. Yeah, I think that's about everything. Oh well, like 0.4 science or whatever it was that we got there. We are about to leave the atmosphere. As we do, let's activate that antenna and deactivate that one. That gives us a slightly longer range on the omnidirectional antenna. These satellites, we really need to fix what's going on with these satellites. They've gone completely haywire. Geosync 1 has stayed nicely where it's supposed to. Geosync 1B has gone completely off kilter and has overtaken Geosync 1, and Geosync 2 has now overtaken 1A. So something's gone really wrong. 1B should be over here. Geosync 2 should be over here somewhere. So yeah, we need to have a look at those and fix that. Maybe soon, once we've done this mission, or once we're orbiting Aptur or something like that. So, in the meantime, let's get ourselves up to the Apo. There we go. Let's get ourselves pointing prograde. There is prograde. Let's give ourselves a little bit of time to get to the Apo. Let's go for now. And that will get our Peri out. Hopefully we'll get that to about 102. Nice circular orbit would be nice. There is the Peri. (98) by 102, close enough. There we go. Oh, we've got stage destroyed, stage destroyed. I still keep forgetting to put parachutes on those stages. We would be able to recover those. So, we're in orbit. Now, we need to be having a look at how we get ourselves to Aptur. And now we have maneuver nodes. That shouldn't be too tricky. Let's set Aptur as our target. And then if we go here, add a maneuver here to burn us out. We want to try and get, yeah, see that's really not what we want, is it? We want to kind of be leaving the influence of Kerbin on an orbit that would be fairly similar to Aptur. And that was not it. Okay, okay. That's not bad. What if I see, we're on a... Yeah, it's very, very tricky. Okay, so we actually want to wait a little while until we are closer to... I'll tell you what we could do actually. No, let's just drop ourselves out of orbit of Kerbin so that we're basically on Kerbin's orbit, and then we can adjust to match Aptur later on. See, look, there's a... I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere. There, look. It's quite a long distance one, but we could possibly do something with that. Or we... Oops. Yeah, as I say, we stick with a Kerbin-esque orbit, using as little fuel as possible. Something like that, hopefully just escaping Kerbin's orbit. And then from there we can adjust to match Aptur's orbit. And hopefully, organise a rendezvous with Aptur. Let's find out, shall we? Let's point ourselves at where that target is going to be. Hopefully, I don't think we're going to have any problems with electrical charge at this stage because of all those solar panels we're packing. slow down. No, come back. Come back. The reaction wheels are not very reactionable. Come on. We're extremely heavy, that's why. We look at this. I mean, this reaction wheel should be giving us a fair amount of torque, but they're not all that strong, really, when you're towing all this fuel behind you. There we go. So we're pointing at our target. SAS can hold us in position, and it's time to time warp round to that. "55-second burn." Whoa, 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 whoa. Before we lose communication, who have we got over here? Geosync 1A. Ah, have I just lost connection? I have just lost connection. Damn it. Damn it. That was stupid. Right. Plan B? Yeah, plan B. So, round we go again, I think is the way we do this. And we will get, there we go, back to communication with Geosync 1. And when we're about to lose communication, we will switch to either 1A or Geosync 2, which seems to have pretty good communication at this point. Well, it could lose it as it goes behind the planet. So we'll connect with Geosync 1A once we can see it, which is about now. There we go. Geosync 1A. There we go. So we're now bouncing. Okay, we're going to have some lag on our signal, but and for some reason we're not on target again, as our target burn actually moved. I think it possibly has, hasn't it, because we went past it once. Yeah, still okay though. So this time hopefully we will still have communication when we get round to our manoeuvre. So estimated burn of 55 seconds, so that's 27 and a half seconds. T minus 27 and a half seconds where we need to burn. EIXAT 5B is communicating with that at the moment. I think that one's got no fuel. Right, we should be burning. My counter was wrong. Never mind, won't make a big difference. At least we are burning. Let's watch our Apo rise. Look at all these. What a mess all this is. Let's turn those off for a second. Oops. Right, come on Apo, off you go. Ooh, missed it by a smidge, but not great, but not terrible. We'll be coming round to our ascending node relatively soon. Let's speed up time. Let's get ourselves away from... I'll tell you what, before we lose comms again, which we're going to do in a moment, let's set this to point towards mission control, which means we don't have communication right now, but we will do once we are leaving the influence of the planets. There we go. Oh, just lost it because we haven't got a satellite in view. There we go. And we are about to... There we go. There we go. Right, we are now directly orbiting Sonna. At the ascending node, we will add a maneuver to hopefully match, there we go, the inclination of our target, and perhaps organise some kind of intercept. There we go. Kerbin periapsis. No, I don't want a Kerbin periapsis. What's that all about? Oh, it's a Kerbin encounter. I don't want a Kerbin encounter, thank you very much. Right, scratch that. Here we go. Let's arrange an encounter. That's what we're going for. Ha 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 ha. There is a very brief Aptur encounter. That will be a very rapid flyby, I believe. Something like that. What's that? Oh, that is the encounter, is it? Okay. Can we get a... Oh no, right, I see. We're going to have a Kerbin encounter at the same time. So let's avoid that. Let's cancel that. At the ascending node again. Let's match that. And move our orbit over like so, and bring the Apo in, hopefully. Is that? No, that's Kerbin. I don't want Kerbin. Get lost, Kerbin. That's Kerbin as well. What is it with all these Kerbin encounters? Get out of it, Kerbin. We don't seem to be able to avoid Kerbin. Why is this so hard? Why is this so difficult? What was that? This shouldn't be so hard. Right, what if we do the burn at the descending node instead? Alright, that puts us That gives us a closer encounter, I believe. Come on, give me an encounter. There. Bit of a dodgy one. Seven days, 2 hours, 18 minutes. 7 days, 2... Wow, that's like a few minutes flyby. Okay. Right, so let's... We're going to do this in 2 burns, I think. We will go for a correction burn here, as originally planned. Like so. Something like that. See, that's actually quite a close encounter already. But we'll do that burn and then we'll do another manoeuvre to try and get an actual encounter with Aptur. Ooh, we're approaching that quite quickly, so let's get ourselves pointing at target. We're going to go past, aren't we? Yep, every time. Come on, come back. Only a 4-second burn if we do it at full power, which is fair enough. We have got we've got 4 seconds worth of fuel, I believe. Okay, speeding up time. Sure, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference how accurate we are with this burn. Right. 28, 27, 26. Okay, so there's T minus 2 is all we need, isn't it? Here we go. Ready? 3, 2. Oh, that's the end of that tank. Damn it. Okay. Right, that manoeuvre is done. We now are on a 0-0. There we go. Excellent. So, now to get an encounter, let's add a manoeuvre here. We are going to want to push our orbit this way. And put it in. Oops. Come on. Another Kerbal encounter, eh? Another Kerbal encounter. Why is it that we keep getting Kerbal encounters right where we need our Aptur encounter? Look at it. Yeah. What's that? Kerbal. I don't want Kerbal. Kerbal. Okay. Why are we having so much difficulty with this? So, if we burn somewhere here, maybe. Indeed, more KSP, Brandon Jan. Where is our... Is that going to give us a Kerbin encounter in the middle of our... Yes. Why do we keep getting Kerbin encounters? I don't want a Kerbin encounter. I want to go to Aptur. Another Kerbin encounter. Goodness me. Right. This is actually as close as we're going to get by the looks of it. Right, let's try this at the Apo. Let's burn out at the Apo. No, see, it's not the Apo actually we want. Let's try it over here. Because we actually want to move our orbit over, don't we? So that we're more in line with Aptur than we are Kerbin. If we do that here, see, that gets us a Kerbin encounter. I don't want a Kerbin encounter. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Seems to be no way to avoid Kerbin. What if I do... No, see, there's Kerbin as well. Oh, bear with me a second. I'm getting a message on Steam for someone who wants to watch my broadcast, when they can actually come to YouTube and watch it themselves. Right, sorry about that. Right, so that's pretty close. I had a manoeuvre over there. Can I move it without hitting Kerbin again? Aha, what's that? Kerbin escape. Urgh. Why is this so hard? It's because I'm actually virtually orbiting Kerbin, because Aptur itself is also virtually orbiting Kerbin. we want to be doing this as far away from Kerbin as possible. So over here would be best. What is currently our periapsis? Right, let's try something completely different. That's Kerbin. Aha! What do we have here? Every time we're close to an Aptur encounter, it's actually... See, that's pretty close. Every time we're close to an Aptur encounter, it's actually a Kerbin encounter. I'm going to try this burn. And... oh, we don't have communication. Why don't we have communication? What's going on? That's because of our stupid satellite network. We will have communication. There we go, once we get out there. Yeah. So, let's get ourselves close to our maneuver node. Tell you what, while we've got communication, let's get ourselves to our target. Somewhat easier to control now that we've ditched that fuel tank that was weighing us down. There we go. And let's get ourselves to the maneuver node. 1 minute 22 seconds burn. That shouldn't be an issue. Providing we have communication. 1 minute 22, so that'll be 41 seconds. T minus 41 seconds. Nearly there. Okay, so we're pointing at target. We have communication. We have fuel. We have power. Getting ready to burn. An odd burn, but it will get us quite close to Aptur, and then hopefully we can do an adjustment to get closer as we approach it. Here we go. T minus 41 is our mark. 3, 2, 1. Mark. And we're burning. We are burning towards sonar. We are kind of burning towards Kerbin as well, but this is the burn that we need. It's going to take a little while. $37, $36, $35. Feel free to ask any questions, by the way, guys, in the chat. If you have any questions about the series, about our mission, about whatever. then post them in the chat, and I will be more than happy to oblige. As long as it's not, you know, some weird, creepy question. I've had them, believe me. Come on, we don't want a Kerbin encounter. 8, 7. That's ticking down slowly, isn't it? Come on, let's get out of this Kerbin encounter, because that, I think, is basically where we're aiming. Cut! Cut the engines! Right. How did we do? Right, so we have an encounter. I don't know why that didn't cut the engines then. We have a, not an encounter, we have an almost rendezvous here. So, in theory, so this again very close to where the orbit crosses over with Kerbin. In theory, if we do another burn, there we go. We have there an Aptur periapsis that we can play with. $162 kilometers. 61 kilometers. Hey there, Ryan's 77352. Mind if I call you Ryan? It's easier than remembering lots of numbers. 64. I don't think there's any atmosphere or anything like that on Aptur. It's just basically a rock. So that manoeuvre is the manoeuvre that we're after. A 13-second burn once we get round to that point, and we can possibly even tweak that closer. I like my video. You like my videos? Thank you very much. To Mars? I haven't got videos to Mars. I had a couple to Juno. At the moment, we're heading to Aptur, the small rock that is currently orbiting Kerbin. This being the New Horizons mod. So let's speed up time. Let's head round to our new maneuver node. Maneuver node. And when we get to said maneuver node, we will be burning. Slowing down the time. 13-second burn, so what's that? 6.5 seconds. T-minus 6.5 seconds. Again, don't think it really makes a huge amount. Well, I've gone past it anyway. Okay, well let's scrap that manoeuvre node and let's just burn. Ooh, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. That's about as low as that's going to get. 52, 53. So there we go. We are going to have an encounter with Aptur. In the meantime, where is Aptur currently? Is that it? Let's get some information on Aptur if we can. It has no atmosphere, which is good. Gravity is 0.1 g, which is kind of moon-like. In fact, it's less than the moon, I believe. It's very, very small. It has a very low escape velocity. Look at that, 281 meters a second. We should have no problem getting on there. It takes 2 days to rotate and has a sphere of influence of 387 kilometers. Not very much, which is why it's so tricky to get to this thing. We're probably going to have to burn quite a lot. Look at it, it's just a tiny little rock. That is 53 kilometers away from it. We're going to have to burn pretty darn hard to get ourselves in orbit around this thing. But it's going to be worth it, and we should have plenty of fuel with which to do it. So let's hang on. Here we go. Go back to there, and let's speed up time until we are approaching Aptur. We are very much above the escape velocity, I believe. So yes, this is going to be a hefty burn, I believe, to get us in orbit. It's not easy to orbit or land on a rock with very little mass and gravity. Here we go, we are approaching. Let's actually get on the approach. And there we go. So we are now approaching Aptur. Whoops. Our current orbit, 217 meters a second. That's not bad. That's not bad. So let's get ourselves in towards the periapsis. Before we get there, I think we will burn. We'll burn quite early. We've completed the contract for a flyby. It's a potato. Then that's that's prograde. Where's retrograde? You have a YouTube channel. I've got one of those too. Right, let's do a burn. Let's get ourselves in orbit around this thing. Oh, there goes a trajectory line. Watch out for low-flying trajectory lines. Okay, I didn't need to do that quite so early. It's not quite as difficult to get in orbit around this thing as I thought it was. Look at that, that would give us a Kerbin encounter almost straight away. Look at that. Look at this. That's quite low, isn't it? That's quite low. I think we might... Let's burn that back up a bit, because this is a rather irregular shape. And I suspect it possibly has some bits and pieces jutting out that we are quite liable to hit. I don't really know where its centre of rotation is. I'm assuming it's here, but I could be wrong. So, we got in orbit around Aptur at last. This has got to be like our 4th try, and it took manoeuvre nodes for us to do it. We're in quite a nice orbit because we're going to maintain communication virtually the whole time we are in orbit. We'll probably try and land over here somewhere. Okay, so let's have a look at these. We got our flyby of Aptur. Talk about close encounters. Any closer and there'd be paperwork. Indeed. 50,550 funds, 8 science and 17 reputation for a flyby, and for achieving an orbit around Aptur we've received 7,125 funds and 3 reputation. So now, what way are we actually going? We're going this way, aren't we? So at the peri we can burn the Apo in, and we'll also hopefully get an idea of how fast this thing is spinning, which is not very fast at all. Indeed, yeah, it's not spinning very fast at all. So let's go straight in and have a look at this thing from close up. Look at that. It's a tiny little thing. You can almost touch it. In fact, we can probably get some science from here. Oh, I'm still accelerated time. Let's toggle this thing out, which unfortunately clips through that. That's a shame, but never mind. Log the data. While in space, high over Aptur. So 30,000 meters is high over. Okay, this tiny hunk of rock can disrupt Sonar's magnetic field. How? Let's transmit that for 3.8 science. And then toggle that back in. That actually completes another part of the contract. So let's log the temperature. Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible. Oh, we've seen that one before, but from a different location this is. So let's transmit that. We'll save the mystery goo, but we'll do a probe report from here. The temperature indicates that all systems are functioning nominally. 0.8 science. Transmit that for what it's worth. Barometer. Oh, reaction wheel failure. Okay. Instrument reads 0 as if it were in a vacuum. It is in a vacuum. 4.8 science. Transmit that. Right, so the reaction wheel, the main reaction wheel on our probe has failed. Which means without that reaction wheel, we would have no control over this. If we toggle that torque, yeah, we have nothing. So we cannot stage that off. We're going to have to land with this tank attached. That is a complication. Okay. That's going to be fun. Fortunately, there's not very much gravity on this thing. Okay, so where is in space near if this is in space? Oh, this is in space near now. Okay, so we can do that one again. Of that data. There we go. The magnetic field is so powerful that some areas in the lowlands have complete magnetic loops protecting them from Sonar's radiation belts. Interesting. Transmit that for 100% science. Toggle that back in. Where did we do the temperature? Was that in space high or in space low? Nope. Collected and recorded temperature data from the environment in space near Aptur. Transmit that. Let's check this. That gave us 6 science for transmitting science from Aptur. So we've got science for transmitting science. 7,125 funds and 2 reputation. That was the reaction wheel failure. Okay. So we need to get back to in space high, really. But we're only going to do that at the Apo, and we actually might not be going back to in space high to complete that. We'll have to get it on the way out, hopefully, if we remember to complete our set of science. Because when we get to our Peri, which we're just approaching now, we are going to point ourselves retrograde. And we are going to burn to bring our Apo in to a point where we might be able to land perhaps on this little hill thing here. Takes very little fuel while orbiting this to do any kind of maneuver. As you can see, my throttle is very, very low. .22, 21, 20. So that becomes our Peri. Hopefully that is how it looks, and we'll be landing on the top of that little kind of nubbin sticking out of there. What I'll do is I'll burn at the Peri so that we basically just drop like a stone. Because I want to land where there's some sunlight, which is kind of on this underside here. And we will also hopefully have communication with Kerbin still, which it looks like we're just about to lose in a moment. But from here we should be okay. So let's speed up time. Get ourselves heading up to the Peri. Heading down to the Peri. round to the Perry. This is going to take a little while. I'll tell you what, let's have a quick ad break while I'm spinning around here. There's not much to watch now. Back in a moment. If you've just been given an advert. The adverts seem to be very strange on the YouTube live stream, and it doesn't actually show people the adverts. You hit play ad and it kind of doesn't really do anything. But there we go. Did you see an ad? I don't know. I didn't see one. Play Gary's mod. I never really got into Gary's mod. It's just a lot of running around. I guess, I mean, I've never really been a fan of first-person shooters and things like that, which I kind of classify Gary's mod in that ilk, in that genre. Okay, we are approaching our periapsis now at 16 kilometers. We are pretty close to this potato, so we are going to burn retrograde until such time as we are basically falling directly towards this hill, which isn't going to take much. I want to land on the kind of on the top of the hill. Go. I have nothing against anyone who does play Gary's mod. I'm sure that if you're into that kind of thing, it will give you many hours of enjoyment. However, sadly, it's not really my thing. Okay, we're basically falling towards Aptur now. There we go. This thing could kind of become an Aptur communications base, apart from the fact that this planet rotates every 2 days and we would lose communication after 2 days, but never mind. We're heading down. We don't really have a radar altitude or anything like that, do we? So let's be a little bit careful about this. Going on with the graphics there? That's all a bit weird. Very strange. I don't see our shadow yet. I do see some weird graphical glitches that I don't really trust. Why is our Apo above us? Surely if we're falling... Oh, I suppose, yeah. If we had a Perry, then our Apo would be above us. Any sign of a shadow anywhere? Where's the sun from here? Over there, so our shadow will be that way. Tense moment because I don't know where the floor is. There it is. Boing. Well, we are down. We've kind of come to a rest. The graphic is the gravity is so weak here that it hasn't actually pulled our craft flat. We'll have to do that ourselves. Look at that. Ooh, I don't like the look of that wobbling around all over the place. That will probably be classified as broken now, won't it? Yes, okay. Direct sunlight, okay. I would like to be standing up. Whoops, that was the wrong button. I don't think we're going to be able to stand up. No, we're not going to be able to stand up. We're too heavy, I think. So our chances of return, I don't know, we could possibly actually get... I don't know, the legs aren't really much help, are they? Well, if we take off, we could probably do it like that. However, we have landed. We have landed on Aptur. So let's get some science because that's what we're here for. Let's just check. Let's turn that off because I just clicked the wrong thing. There we go. Let's check this. Land on Aptur complete. 14,250 funds and 3 reputation. So, our only mission remaining is to transmit some science. Let's do... magnetometer? Oh, that could stand us up, couldn't it? An accurate reading of the local magnetic field is recorded from Aptur's Midlands. Let's transmit that. And that is actually our mission complete. Bring the magnetometer in. So we got 7,125 funds, 6 science and 2 reputation for transmitting. And for completing our exploration of Aptur, we get 81,937 funds and 16 reputation. Awesome. So let's just squeeze some more science out of this rock. There we go. Collected that science. Transmit that. Let's get the mystery goo from here. It's only worth 2.9. Goodness me. Okay, well, let's transmit it anyway. Did I get a probe report? No, there we go. Another 1 science. Transmit that. And a thermometer. 3.8 science. Transmit that. So that's all the science from here. Let's just have a go. Let's raise the leg. There we go. Let's see if we can use the magnetometer to stand us up. Almost. Almost. But not quite. Come on. Go on. Come on. Come on. Let's get upright. Come on, let's get upright. That is upright. Can we hold it? Looks like we can. There we go. We're even standing on the planet now. Is our SAS holding us in place? Let's turn that off and see what happens. Yes, our SAS is most definitely holding us in place. So, we would fall over. Okay, that's because we haven't got any legs, isn't it? Oh yeah, we're definitely leaning over to one side. So, do we leave this thing here? Do we try and send it home again? I think perhaps we should leave it here. What benefit will leaving it there give us? I suppose it will be easy for us to gather more science from Aptur, but we don't know where the biomes are, so that would be tricky. Looks like it's just kind of all one biome. Sending it home actually probably wouldn't give us much of an advantage. I think we'll leave it there, and then we could use it. I'll tell you what we could do. We could use it as a. I've only got one dish on it, so we can't use it as a relay station. But we could leave it in a polar orbit. Does the magnetic... I beg your pardon? What? What? What on earth happened there? Suddenly we're heading back to Kerbin. That is random. That is so random. And this thing's going to explode if it does that. What on earth? Well, so much for leaving it on Aptur. What happened there? Well, I suppose we better burn to save this little guy. Because otherwise he's going to burn up, coming in at that angle. if we put it at... we're gonna... I don't understand. I really don't understand. We're gonna have to bring this guy home, aren't we? Let's put him outside the atmosphere when he passes. And then we'll do a burn there to bring that in so he's in orbit. That's weird. That's really weird. All of a sudden he's on his way home again. That was totally bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Now we're possibly going to have, we're going to have some communication issues here, aren't we? Why are we out of power? Are we eclipsed? No. Are we? We're facing the sun. Ah, we're facing the sun with blocked by Kerbin, blocked by Kerbin, blocked by Kerbin. Really? Really? What is going on? Trust me, that is not blocked by Kerbin. There we go, we've got power again now. Right, so we're going to be coming around here. We're probably going to need to speak to Geosync 2, aren't we? Let's get this pointing at Geosync 2. There we go. Speed up time. And at the Perry, yeah, we will just about be able to speak to Geosync 2. And let's get ourselves pointing retrograde. So it looks like we are actually going to be taking this little craft home again. Let's burn. There we go, we're back in orbit. We've got loads of fuel. So bizarre. I've never seen that happen before. I wonder if that's a bug in the New Horizons mod. Well, let's get this thing so that it'll be under 20 kilometres, I think. We're just entering the atmosphere anyway. Just about to. If I put the Perry below 20 kilometres, I can focus on another craft and it'll automatically calculate whether or not this thing's capable of landing. Or is it 25? I don't know. But anyway, and let's have this talking to Geosync 1 for when we get around there. Geosync 1, close. Oh look, we've got communication with Serran at the moment. well, there we go. So let's focus on something else. I'll tell you what. Let's go and focus on Geosync 1B. Can't switch while we're in the atmosphere. Okay. Well, that's not the end of the world, because we have got parachutes. We will have communication. Hopefully. Yes, we have communication. Oh, here we go. Let's press the right buttons to get ourselves retrograde. Hopefully our SAS will be able to keep us there or thereabouts. We'll have that there because we still need the we probably still need the reaction wheels. Let's activate that for now and deactivate that one so that that doesn't break off. Looking good, looking good. Okay, where are we? 52 kilometers up. Let's speed up time. Let's see if we can bring this thing home, shall we? Here comes the fireworks. Where are we going to land? Looks like it's going to be a desert landing, maybe. That's not bad. We can get some science from the desert. Not sure we've been to the desert, have we? Oh, I think we have been to the desert. We took a plane there once. Could be a water landing. Hopefully not. At least we're going to have communication right the way through. Being slowed down quite nicely. Looks like it, we might just escape a water landing. Just about. Atmosphere's doing a good job of slowing us down. Come on, little droid. Yeah, we're gonna have a desert landing, not a water landing. Just about. Gonna land on that kind of peninsula bit sticking out. It's not really a peninsula, is it? Ooh, it's gonna spin around though. Yeah. Okay, that's not good because that means our parachutes are possibly going to take the brunt of the heat. Let's try and keep this thing moving because I want it pointing retrograde still, but that's possibly not going to happen. Come on, come on. No. Come on. We're slowing down though. We are sub 1,000 meters a second. We are under 20,000 kilometers. We will soon be in a position to... Hey there, Samori. Welcome, welcome. We'll soon be in a position to fire our parachutes. If this thing doesn't break up on us. Right, let me know when it's safe, please, parachutes. Still currently risky. It says safe. Let's try and spin ourselves around and deploy them. Come on, slow us down, parachutes. No, I don't want to go that way. Turn around, spin around. We will dump that fuel tank before we land, don't worry. It's just that we've got no reaction wheels in the actual probe at this point. Come on, come on. No. That's it, that's it, that's it, come on. No. Okay, well let's get our legs down on the probe. Let's dump that fuel tank, there we go. Okay, okay, we're okay. That fuel tank's gonna blow up. Hopefully these parachutes are going to do their job for us. Looks like it's going to be a safe landing. Ooh, let's transmit that. Can we grab anything else quickly while we're here? Yep. Transmit that. I think that's all we can get. Probe report. Yeah. Transmit that. Okay, parachutes are open. That's that fuel tank. And all attached items blowing up on contact. But we are going to land nice and gently. Nice and gently. In this little probe. And we've gathered a nice amount of science from this mission. And a pretty decent amount of funds as well. Was definitely worth it. Let's speed up time, physics warp a bit until we get down near the ground. Huh, that's those batteries. Why are the batteries suddenly sticking through our dish? That's because of physics warping, isn't it? Okay. Oh look. Something survived. What is that? Is that like a bit of fairing or? That was the doink. Yeah, that was the decoupler. The decoupler survived from the fuel tank and a bit of fairing attached to it. So we have safely returned this probe to Kerbin, which I didn't really expect. Let's grab what science we can from this desert. If we haven't already grabbed it. Log. Yeah, so we've already got that one. So toggle it back in. We won't have probe data. There we go. We can actually keep that this time because we can recover this now. Log the pressure data. Barometer reads very high. No rain in sight. In fact, you wonder if it has ever rained here. Let's keep that data. And a temperature scan. Hot, 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 probably. Large plumes of heat are rising from the surface of the desert. We've already had that one as well, so we can reset that. Okay, so we can recover this vessel and actually get some of the funds back. I think that's the first satellite that we've launched, the first probe that we've launched that we've actually been able to recover. My goodness, okay. we have 90.5 science available to us. We have 295,960 funds available to us. That's pretty good. That's better than I expected. Let's just check if there's any debris that we can recover. Let's go. Let's hide that. Where's satellites? That one. Probes. Okay. Landed at Serran. Landed at Kerbal. There you go. Let's recover that. Landed at Serran. No, okay, so that back on, that off, that back on. Okay, so we actually are in a situation where we could unlock some more science. Some more tech. Because we have 90 science to spend. So the question is, what do we want to unlock this time? We went for the landing stuff last time, and yes, that has definitely made a difference because we managed to land. Although actually, we didn't use any of those parts. So scratch that comment. It made no difference whatsoever. But we now have available to us aerodynamics, which gives us the plane parts, the C2B Horizon cockpit, some wings, some engines, some nose cones. Propeller engine, some pretty cool stuff in there. We have miniaturization, which gives us a size adapter, another size adapter, a small stack separator, and the Clampetron Junior. We have advanced construction, which gives us the start of all the modular colonization system stuff and the orbital colonization system stuff, which I think we might go for. Propulsion systems is the small engines, which are designed for probes and things like that. And heavy rocketry is the big engines and the larger SRBs and the larger life support modules. Of those, I'm thinking maybe the advanced construction, because that's a lot of parts to unlock. And there's not really much else we can gain at this, but what's that? Gorsat. Interesting. That's the box set frame. These are all 100. We can't, over 100. They're 160. We can't actually unlock any of those at this point. What I would like is the mobile processing lab, but we can't unlock that at this point either. Habitation modules, observation modules, EVA, propellant. All of this stuff we can't yet access. So I'm thinking it's either aerodynamics for some space planes or advanced construction. Well, actually, what's the engine that gives us? That gives us the Razor VTOL. That is it, actually. That's the only engine it gives us. Heavy fuselage, VTOL lifter section. I think we're going to go for the advanced construction. That gives us the solar particle collector. It gives us a winch. It gives us the radio engine mounts. Gives us the detachment manifold and the radial decoupler. Gives us the tricoupler. Gives us modular the first level of the modular colonization system stuff. Airlock? Small airlock suitable for attachment to MKS Mark II and Mark V modules. Interesting. What was that? Some kind of bug just flew into me, I think. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's going to be this, and we can have some good fun playing around with these parts. Maybe making a space station, perhaps. So let's do that. We've unlocked that. Very expensive for us to try and unlock all those parts. We have 296,000 funds. Not enough, unfortunately. We need a lot more funds. Ideally, we need 1 million funds to update the research and development centre. We also need 187,500 to upgrade that so that we get EVAs. That's not really important. That'd be nice, but we can live without that. Tracking station, unowned object tracking. Oh yeah, well, we don't need that for the moment, and we don't need that for the moment. So, we've unlocked a huge amount of new parts now. We are possibly in a situation where we can start having a look at setting up a space station. Or even perhaps a colony on another planet. Logistics rover, don't really know what they do. Mark V Scout Command Pod. A ruggedized two-man pod with an integrated avionics system ideal for colony dropships. Okay. Didn't unlock any new fuel tanks, I don't think, or engines. RCS block, jet thruster, I don't think anything new there. Structural, right, so we've got the engine mounts, we've got the hub connector, module cap, OKS station tube, curb trail colony tube, structural tube. Nothing new in aerodynamics. In utility, there's probably loads and loads and loads of new stuff. Oh, okay, maybe not. That's the winch. We've already seen... Oh, no, we haven't seen that. Deployable thermal control system considering multiple liquid cool radiator panels. Oh, okay, fair enough. Back, please. Radial supply tank. Okay, so everything must be... Oh, in colonisation. Yeah, that's probably where it is. Apart from the solar particle collector, that's from D-Magic. Designed to collect and store several samples of solar particles. We've also got the planetary survey camera, so we could start doing some planetary surveys. EVA items, ground base, concrete base to attach parts. This part needs to be attached on the ground with a wrench or a screwdriver. Okay. Freight, supply ready pack when you just need a small amount of supplies. Okay. Fair enough. And then here is all the colonisation stuff. The agricultural module, inflatable logistics module, workshop. Storage module, UKS ball hub, inflatable style hub for connecting tubes. Oh, okay. Where's the... There you go, the habitation ring. Power distribution unit. So I'm going to need to start doing some research on how we actually do this. OKS agricultural module. How we actually start building a colony. Sorry, I didn't see that question, Samori. What's my favourite movie? My favourite movie of all time is Back to the Future 2, I would say. As opposed to Back to the Future 1, I would say number 2 was my favourite. Back to the Future 1 was a fantastic film. Back to the Future 2 is probably my favourite. And if you haven't seen it, you should... chop your arm off or something, because it's that much of a crime. Go and watch it. I've got some Back to the Future stuff behind me here. I've got the DeLorean from Back to the Future. I've got the number plate from Back to the Future, and I've actually got the camera that Marty McFly used in Back to the Future. Not the original, not the actual one that he used, but the same model of camera that he used in Back to the Future, which someone gave to me, which I was very grateful for. So yes, that's definitely my favourite film. Thank you for the question. So yes, we have unlocked a huge amount of new parts. I need to do a bit of research to work out exactly how we're supposed to use them. We might have a look at a space station and maybe a kind of a field base just outside of the Kerbal Space Center, so that we can kind of test how this system all works. We could possibly have a little colony, a self-sustained colony, just outside of the Kerbal Space Center, where they can pretend that they are on an alien planet. So yeah, that's going to be good fun to play with. But we will pick that up in next week's stream. I'm going to call the stream to a close here. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you are watching this live, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I hope you can come back and join us again next week. If you're watching this on the YouTube highlights, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And by all means, you are welcome to come and join us for next week's live stream every Saturday night at 8 o'clock GMT or 3 o'clock EST. Everyone's welcome, and I'll see you there. Thank you for watching, guys. I've been El Bristow. You've been watching Ellitopia Gaming, and this has been KSP Live. And I will see you next time. See you later.